Sunram. Sunram finds it. OC left pocket three on the way. Tickles it Twine.
Now it's Matty Bass on the drive. Bass, nice move, and Bass with an easy layup.
To the feet, Ruppel brought back down. O'Connor, though, lost the grab and down to the mat. Ruppel with a chance for a pin with a minute 15. There it is.
Pick and roll, Kaloran hooks it underneath, and a bunny for Hannig.
Side to Charlie Shaw. Shaw looks right, drives in, attacks the double team, and splits him for the layup.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant, good Saturday championship, late afternoon, early evening to you and yours. I'm Chase Miller with you courtside here inside the Bismarck Event Center. Welcome to our pregame show today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. For the Devils Lake Firebirds and the Kindred Vikings, as these two teams got here respectively, we'll start with Kindred, the 24-1 on the season here. Kindred with a 73-50 win over the Beulah Miners in the quarters, then Thompson 66-53 in the semifinals here for the Vikings. It's the fourth time in 5 years that Kindred has made it to a state championship game, with their lone title during that time and in school history back in 2021, defeating Edgeley Montpelier from the Minot State Dome. Well, for the Devils Lake Firebirds, head coach by Dustin Brodina with a 24-1 record on the season. They were able to get here with a win over Delax Burlington 73-49 in the quarterfinals. Then top Shiloh Christian 68-63 in the semis. It was the most points they've given up this season to a respective club outside of Thompson. The defensive point performance there in that particular contest. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll recap what happened earlier this season between the Firebirds and the Kindred Vikings. We'll also get you ready for the starting lineups, the opening tip, that and more. Still to come, it's championship night between Kindred and Devils Lake here from the Bismarck Event Center.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
As we continue on our pregame show here today, earlier this season, Devils Lake went down to Kindred and lost to the Vikings on February the 22nd in Kindred. A month ago to the date, it was the least amount of points for either team in the win for Kindred, but again, they upended Devils Lake 52-47, and the question was, going in and even after the game, how much did each team respectively show? Not to say that it wasn't a good high-flying affair with really good athletes and good coaches, just a matter of, did you really want to put your whole deck of cards, so to speak, on the table? Because a lot of people had these two teams circled to get back to the Bismarck Event Center, and on top of that, to have a rematch of last year's state championship, and that's exactly what we got. Last season in the state title, the only loss for Kindred last year at 25-1 was to Devils Lake in the Division A championship from the Fargo Dome. For the Devils Lake Firebirds, they went 25-2 and again won the state championship last season. This year, the only loss for Kindred comes at the Constellation Champs' hands in Minnesota 4A boys basketball at the highest level, to the Moorhead Spuds. That's the only loss that Kindred has suffered this season. While for Devils Lake, their only loss this year coming at the hands of the Kindred Vikings. So we'll see how this particular matchup fares the second time around. When we come back after this, we'll let you know some of the high performers for both teams in 2 games here at state, kind of some of the matchups to watch out for, that and more before our starting lineups and the opening tip. The Devils Lake Firebird faithful out in all black here today, while the Kindred Viking faithful pretty much in mostly blue with a scatter of white here across the way inside the Bismarck Event Center. As we'll take a look at our player matchups next here on YourLiveEvent.com on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale Thursday, March 20th at the ranch near Hitterdall, Minnesota. 75 Red Angus bulls plus 20 elite hand-picked registered heifers. Same reliable program, new exciting genetics, producing Red Angus genetics with sustainability for over 26 years. Request a catalog today. Call Gary Jacobson 701-361-3189. Facebook Jacobson Red Angus. The sale broadcast on DV Auction. Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale Thursday, March 20th, 1 p.m.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
As we get into some of our players to watch out for here in this particular contest and some of the matchups between both a Coach Berdina-led club and alongside a Brad Whale-led club as well. I'm Chase Miller with you here inside the Bismarck Event Center. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcasts here tonight and throughout the course of the week as well here inside the Bismarck Event Center. For the Devils Lake Firebirds in 2 games, they have shot really well from the floor. 53 of 100 at 53%. They've shot 76% from the free throw line, and they're shooting 39% from beyond the arc. They made 16 threes here in 2 games inside the Bismarck Event Center. Mason Palmer has been the dude, quite frankly. 7 made threes. He's coming off a performance where he hit a handful of them in the semifinals against Shiloh yesterday. 42 points, 13 rebounds. Parker Brodina coming off a 27-point performance in the win. Again, Shiloh has 45 points, 10 boards. Some of the X-Factor players could be a Max Palmer. It could be a Oliver Worth. Could be a Joel Nelson here for the Devils Lake Firebirds and their matchup with size alongside with Kindred size. You got Nelson at 6'6", Brodina at 6'4". You have Oliver Worth at 6'6" as well here for the Devils Lake Firebirds. While for the Kindred Vikings here, it's been a balanced attack, and they have 4 players scoring 12 or more points of Baco, Osi, Starcevic, and Peraza back again yesterday. But back on Thursday, Luke Starcevic had some big numbers. We were able to see Gabe Whipple have a nice performance off the bench here throughout the course of this particular weekend here inside the Bismarck Event Center. Brooks Baco so far, 29 points, 14 rebounds, a handful of assists. Then from there, you got Jake Starcevic, 32 points and 13 boards. Then Presley Peraza, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. That's before you talk about an OC. That's before you talk about the defensive play of an Isaac Spellhog here as well for the Kindred Vikings. Kindred shooting 50% from the floor at 54 of 107, so just over 50% from the floor. They're 67% from the free throw line. They're 12 of 32 from beyond the arc at 37% here in this tournament. It's the Kindred Vikings and the Devils Lake Firebirds for the State A Boys Basketball Championship here on your liveevents.com. Take a quick little break. When we come back after this, we'll recap what happened earlier in the day, hear from the State A. Then we'll get to our starting lineups and the opening tip. It's the State A Championship. It's Kindred and Devils Lake here in Bismarck.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future.
Operator Clinic dates are March 18th and 25th. Expanded sessions to include monitors, systems, and diagnostic training for V-Drive, Delta Force, and Speed Tube, as well as Roll-Flow and Air Force. Morning and afternoon sessions each day with lunch from Cruisin' Cafe. Register at planterdoc.com. March 18th and 25th. Please register at planterdoc.com.
Earlier today here inside the Bismarck Event Center, 7th place going to the Wahpeton Huskies, 65-45 over the Killdeer Cowboys. Braden Steffens with 24 points. Bjorn Kubala had 23. The pair hit 10 three-pointers, 5 each in the win for the Wahpeton Huskies. So Wahpeton finishes the season 18-10. Killdeer finishes 21-7. For 5th place, Deluxe Burlington with a 60-48 win over the Beulah Miners. Both the Lakers and the Miners finishing 18-9 on the year. Colton Feller with 28 points and 12 rebounds in the win for the Deluxe Burlington Lakers. Thompson and Shiloh Christian, the Skyhawks, would finish 22-4 on the season after defeating Thompson 78-64. Thompson finishes the year 17-10. Caden England, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and he went 13 of 13 from the free throw line in the win for Shiloh Christian. So here for the Kindred Vikings, looking for their second state championship in program history. Devils Lake looking to go back-to-back. They won a title in 1925. It took nearly 100 years later before they won their next one. That was in 2024 last year at the Fargodome. They're trying to win their 3rd state championship and beat the team that they beat last year at the Fargodome in the Kindred Vikings. Well, for Kindred, looking for a little revenge here if they could upend the Devils Lake Firebirds from what was a season ago in a championship where they fell behind early at 13-2 and had to climb out of a deficit, just never could do so against Devils Lake in the loss. We'll see what happens for a 2.0 version here as the crowd continues to file in here inside the Bismarck Event Center. Devils Lake 24-1, Kindred at 24-1. Whoever wins game 25 will also cut down the nets and win a state championship. That does it for our pregame show today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com for a free quote. Start it today. When we come back after this, it's the starting lineups and the opening tip for the championship between Kindred and Devils Lake here on your liveevent.com.
You would never buy a one-size-fits-all shirt, and you should never do so to protect your valuable assets. And we'll find you the right fit for your insurance policies.
Home insurance, auto insurance, commercial insurance, benefits insurance, crop insurance.
We have you covered from head to toe, underground to sky. Experience the difference with Irie. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Bears Home Solutions is the Red River Valley's premier HVAC and plumbing company. Our team of friendly, licensed professionals has delivered top-notch service to the Red River Valley since 1978. Bears Home Solutions is the only name you need to know when it comes to heating, cooling, and plumbing installation, service, or repair. When you want it done right the first time, you need a Bear in there.
I'm Molly, and I have lived here.
At Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Colors have been retired, which means it's now time for the starting lineups. The broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. For the Kindred Vikings, they'll be in their blue uniforms here tonight, while for the Devils Lake Firebirds, they will be in their white uniforms here today as we get you ready for the starting lineups. Chase Miller with you courtside here as we get you ready for the State 8 championship match. Dustin Brodina, the head coach from Devils Lake out of Region 2. Brad Whale, the head coach here for the Kindred Vikings out of Region 1. And the Kindred Vikings, a nice fan base here in blue with some white towels, with some LED lights across it. While for the Devils Lake Firebirds, and they're all black in terms of their fan base here this evening as they will go into the starting lineups here in an alternating order respectively as we get you ready for this contest here today. We'll start with the Kindred Vikings in the starting lineup. They'll go like this. In the backcourt, a 6'5" sophomore guard is Brooks Bacco. Bacco again at 6'5". Carson Ossie, a 6'9" senior forward. Ossie at 6'9". The 6'2" senior forward and Jake Starcevic. From there, Presley Peraza, a 6'5" senior, and also Isaac Spalhaug, a 6'4" senior guard. These are our starting lineups brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products. Go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. While for the Devils Lake Firebirds, they'll go like this. Mason Palmer, a 6'1" junior guard. From there, you have Parker Brodina, a 6'5" senior as well. Also in the starting lineup here is going to be Joel Nelson, the 6'6" senior forward, the younger brother of Grant Nelson. From there you have Oliver Wirth, the 6'6" senior, and Trayson Beck, a 6'2" senior forward. So for Devils Lake, Palmer, Brodina, Nelson, Wirth, and Beck for the Devils Lake Firebirds. Kindred leading three-pointer specialist so far in 2 games here at the state tournament. Carson Ossie with 4 threes. Well, for the Devils Lake Firebirds, it's Mason Palmer with 7 triples in his own right here for Devils Lake. That again is our starting lineups brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. And a reminder, after the conclusion of this game, make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show where we'll get to the all-tournament team, the coach of the year, senior athlete of the year. That'll all be announced after the conclusion of this championship matchup. For the Devils Lake Firebirds, they'll be going from left to right here inside the Bismarck Event Center or from the south to the north rim. While for the Kindred Vikings, they'll be going right to left or from the north to the south rim. Here in this one, as Brad Whale and Dustin Brodina exchange some pleasantries at center court with a handshake, our officials of Brent Weber, Drew Floggen, and Ethan Johnson as the lights come back onto their normal conclusion after the light show in the starting lineups here inside the Bismarck Event Center. That again does it for our starting lineups. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to the opening tip. That is next. It's Kindred and Devils Lake for a rematch of last year's state championship. It's matchup 2.0 when we return.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Minnesota and North Dakota farmers are dealing with real yield-robbing challenges. Tight, heavy soils, light, sandy soils, high pH soils, cool ground temps at planting. We have tools to address these challenges. Liquid products, easy to use, and made in the U.S. Apply in furrow or with your pre-plant spray application. Call today to tackle your yield-dragging soil challenges this growing season.
As the North Dakota Army National Guard is bringing the game ball here from the rafters inside the Bismarck Event Center, sliding on down and getting a nice round of applause here inside the Bismarck Event Center for those involved, in a standing ovation as well. Gives you a little chills and some goosebumps on a championship night to see that in person and see the two fan bases stand in unison here in this one for the North Dakota Army National Guard. For the Kindred Vikings in their blue attire, the checkerboard of white and blue down the side, the white numerals and lettering, Vikings across the front outlined in black. For the Devils Lake Firebirds here in this one, their white uniforms, Firebirds across the front in red with the red numerals outlined in black with a red trim down the side. As we put this ball up in the air on a championship Saturday, opening tip at 5:09, and the State A championship is won by the Devils Lake Firebirds. Kindred will come out man pressure defense. This one goes to Worth, right-handed side here for Devils Lake to Joel Nelson. With it now is Brodina, slip pass to Nelson, who's going to drive on Starsvik. Left-handed shot off the window, no good. Rebound to Presley Peraza. Peraza in the front court. Devils Lake will also match man pressure defense. Jake Starsvik between the rings, now to Bacco. Bacco here guarded left-handed side by Palmer. Left wing now to Spellhaug. Spellhaug gives it back to Bacco as they give it to the baseline to Peraza. Peraza on the right block trying to get by his defender, getting walled off there. Rips it through, lost it on the way up. Good D by Beck and a steal by Brodina. Brodina works with the basketball and Spellhaug gets the steal, but he gives it right back to Brodina. Left wing three is up. That'll be short, missing everything. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be in the hands of the Kindred Vikings. 7:17 left to play in the opening quarter. High school basketball today inside the Bismarck Event Center, as the Kindred Vikings and Devils Lake Firebirds await to see if they got to move up to Class AA next year. But that's the least important thing right now. Most important, trying to win a state title. Osti flips this one inside Peraza. Peraza double kick to the pocket. Here goes a Spellhug three. That'll go long. Rebound by Brooks Bacco. Bacco gets the ball on the inside, up and in, and count it. Brooks Bacco with the end one. Foul will be assessed here on Parker Brodina, his first and the team's first after the rebound there by Brooks and the putback as well by Bacco. Bacco to the free throw line, a 66% free throw shooter on the season. Free throw attempt is up, and it's good. Kindred came in shooting 67% from the free throw line at 19 of 28. Add to that plateau on that first made free throw. Ball will be swung left and inside to Parker Brodina. Brodina with the rock, looking for a teammate. Finds one now to Palmer. Mason Palmer guarded here by Brooks Bacco. That was one matchup. Curious to see the other was going to be who kind of guards Brodina. And right now it's Spellhaug. Nelson gives it back up top to Brodina. Brodina spins at the free throw line. Gets by Isaac. Slip pass here on the inside for two to Oliver Worth. Nice looking pass and a good looking finish there by Worth, going from the left to the right block for two. And we got a quick foul then on the inbounds. And this one will be a foul, on the Kindred Vikings with Peraza. That'll be his first, the team's first, and a chance here for Worth for an end one. A late whistle on that. Regardless, it's good. Free throw attempt is up and it's in. Tied at 3 apiece. Vikings, number 1 team in the last poll. Devils Lake, number 2, and it's 1 versus 2 in the seed lines here at State as well. Starsvik, top of the key, hands this one off now to Osi. Osi with it, leaves it left, and it's on to Peraza. Carson now wearing an ankle brace as he was yesterday with the basketball is Bacco, but he traveled with it, and a turnover here on the Kindred Vikings. Kindred's second in the opening quarter. Tied at 3 with 6:06 left to play here in the first. Four-court pressure defense as Bacco is guarding Palmer. As this one will work its way down to Joel Nelson. Brooks Bacco pretty much face-scoring Mason Palmer. Has 42 points again in 2 games here entering the state championship. Nelson at the right wing. He's going to drive on the inside, looking to spin. Does to the block, off the window, up and in for 2. Joel Nelson gives the Devils Lake Firebirds their first lead on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Jake Starsvik drive kick, Spellhog now to OC, shot fake. OC will see a body foul on the floor by Beck at 6'2". Trayson will pick up his first, team second here for the Devils Lake Firebirds. It was a defensive game the first time these two teams played, at least in terms of the final score. It was a 52-47 win for the Kindred Vikings a month ago in Kindred, and it was both teams' least amount of points in a game all season. Bacco to Spellhog. Spellhog at the right wing. Bacco posting up now to Starsvik. Starsvik up and over to Brooks. Brooks on the baseline. Gives it now to OC. OC shot fake there. Able to spin on the interior. Hang shot, no. Rebound is going to be won by Mason Palmer. Palmer will see this on the weave in transition. Palmer right wing nearly walked with it. Will give this one now on the drive for Nelson. Nelson on the interior. Nice wraparound pass to Worth is up and in for 2. Although Worth has 5, and it's 7 straight points rattled off here by Devils Lake as they lead it by 4. 5 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Bacco steps into a right wing 3. That'll graze the front iron. A rebound to Worth. Worth will see it now to Palmer, who slows it down, and Mason Palmer looks over at head coach Dustin Brodina, who gives the offensive set. Right-handed side to Nelson. Brodina posting up on the interior. Brodina shot fake up. Peraza up in the air. No backside help. And the 2 points coming here for Parker Brodina. It's now 9-3 here for Devils Lake. 4:35 left to play here in the first quarter. Bacco, right-handed side, Peraza. Peraza at the right wing, free throw line extended. Hands this one off now to OC. OC will rise, shoot from 16. That'll go long, and it's 1 and done for Kindred. Rebound on the hustle play by Beck. Beck working with it left to right. Gives this one now up top to Nelson. 4:20 left to play in the opening quarter. Nelson will utilize it left-handed side to Brodina as they work it with Palmer, who wasn't ready for it as it goes off his shoulder blade and nearly wasn't over and back. Shot clock to 18 seconds. Left-handed side to Brodina. Brodina at the left wing with the basketball, taking it up top. This one goes Nelson, right-handed side to Palmer. Palmer ripping it through. This one right to the paint. Left-handed shot high off the window and count it. It's an end one for Mason Palmer. Foul will be assessed here on Brooks Bacco. He got a media timeout on the floor. Devils Lake was up big 11-3 last year, and they're up 11-3 early on in this first quarter as well. 3:59 to play in the first on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. That again is dhb.bank. 11-3 here for the Devils Lake Firebirds. They've had 4 players in the scoring column so far. Oliver Worth has 5. For the Kindred Vikings, led by the and one of Brooks Bacco with 3. As you'll see to the free throw line, Mason Palmer, who's 7 of 8 from the stripe in the tournament, and now make him 8 of 9. Free throw is up and good. It's a 12-3 lead here for Devils Lake, and just like a season ago, Kindred digs himself a hole to try to climb out of in the first quarter. Brooks Bacco, right wing, now to Starsvik, inside to Luke Starsvik. Luke banging his way from the baseline, up and in and out, no good. Rebound gets tipped around, and eventually won here by Parker Brodina. Brodina at the right wing with the basketball, shot fake here, looking for it on the inside, finds it to Worth. Worth sees it back up top as they reverse it left wing. With it is Brodina. Brodina doesn't hand it off to Nelson. Brodina calling out the offense at the left wing here for Devils Lake. Jake Starcevic on the guard as they give it up top. This one will be in the hands of Mason Palmer. Palmer drive on the inside, wraparound pass to Worth. Worth will finish for 2. Oliver Worth with 7, and Devils Lake with a downhill style of mentality right now against this Kindred defense. Brooks Bacco, top of the key. Bacco goes between the legs. He's going to drive. There's a block shot coming. Out of bounds, last touch here by Worth. Right now, Kindred just looking for something to go through the cylinder, calm it down a little bit here, and then they're going to have to hustle it back and try to get some defensive stops because Devils Lake's in a good rhythm right now. Luke Starcevic misses from the left block. Rebound comes down to Parker Brodina. Couple of good looks for Luke, just can't go down. No one stops the ball. Brodina to the 10. The left-handed layup swirls around the rim 3 times, and he finishes for 2. It's a 16-3 lead here for Devils Lake with 2:45 to play in the first quarter. Peraza up top to Jake Starcevic. Starcevic rips it through left to right. Starcevic's in a spin, hang, shoot from 13. That'll go short. Rebound is going to Beck. Beck will slip a pass now as they will handle it with Joel Nelson. Nelson here at the top will give this one now to Mason Palmer, the 6'1 guard. Palmer here, top of the key, has a little horn set, gives it right wing to Nelson. Nelson bounce pass inside Brodina. Brodina finds it to Worth. Worth at the top of the key. He'll shoot the 3. Got it to go. Oliver Worth with the triple and a timeout for Brad Wells, Kindred Vikings Club. 2:11 left to play in the opening quarter. It's all Devils Lake as they lead it by 16.
The Kindred Viking Boosters support healthy, active, competitive high school athletes. Viking athletes. Ready, focused, come celebrate their achievements. You're invited to Viking Pride. Save the date, buy your tickets, or reserve a table. Get excited for April 5th. Join friends at a new location, the Avalon Event Center. Viking Pride 2025. A feast, fun games, and a night to celebrate. They are why we booster.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Get in contact with Jim Pearson, the gang and crew at Kindred State Bank. For more information, go to KindredStateBank.com. That's KindredStateBank.com. From banking to insurance, let them handle your requests. Well, right now, Devils Lake leads it by 16, and they are shooting the lights out, quite frankly, so far here in this first quarter play. Now, if you're Kindred, down by 16, if there's the old adage, if you're down, it's going to be down early to give yourself time to come back. However, how much is too much as Starcevic takes it to the left wing, and then we're going to have a illegal screen as this one will be assessed on Bacco. That'll be his second, the team's second, make that third here of the first quarter. Firebirds with Parker Brodina up the floor now to Palmer. Palmer steps into a left wing 3. That'll go off the iron. Rebound tipped and won by OC. OC ripping it through, and then there's a foul. Brodina was there. Also number 22, Beck, but they'll give it to number 3 in Brodina. Will be Parker Brodina, his second, team's third. So both teams now with one player that has 2 fouls early in this first quarter. 1:45 to play here in the first. Since Kindred took the and one by Bacco, it's 19 straight points by Devils Lake. Bacco right wing to OC. OC on the baseline takes it out of Starcevic. Jake gives it back to OC. Deep 3 on the way from NBA range. Got it to go. Carson OC with his 5th made triple of the tournament. 19-6. Left wing Devils Lake wraparound pass now to Palmer. Back to Brodina. Brodina with a shot fake. Gives this one to Nelson. Left pocket 3 is up and in. Joel Nelson now with 5. 22-6 in favor of Devils Lake. Just over a minute to play here in the first. OC with it, gets doubled. OC with the step, rip through. This one's loose, and eventually we get a turnover. Other side of the floor goes Brodina. Brodina with the left-handed finger roll layup for 2. Parker Brodina's got 6. 24-6 right now in favor of Devils Lake. Jake Starcevic with the basketball. Doesn't hand it off to OC. At the right elbow is going to drive. Jake inside the paint, up and in for 2. Starsvik gets the 2 points, and now it's a matter, can Kindred find a way to slow this Devils Lake Firebird offense down? Well, they go a little 1-3-1, nearly got the tip. Ball gets tipped out of bounds, and Brodina will inbound it right in front of head coach Brad Wales. Kindred Vikings bench as Isaac Spellhaug will check in, as Jake Starcevic will check out. Also checking in the game for Devils Lake will be Max Palmer. Coming out of the game will be Trayson Beck. About a 5-second to game clock to shot clock differential here to end the first quarter. Palmer with it, left-handed side to Nelson, left wing now to Max. Max Palmer with a couple of dribbles. Gives this one to Brodina. Brodina gets doubled to the short corner to Worth. Back to Brodina. Here's shot fake on the way. Devils Lake with the basketball back up top to Palmer. With it, there is Max. Back to Brodina. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Brodina with the basketball. Gives it left and inside to Worth. Now the baseline to Palmer with 3. Shot will be short off the front iron. Rebound to Peraza. 5 seconds now to Baco with 3. Baco crossing the timeline. Goes behind the back left wing. Spinning out of bounds, and that's how we'll end this first quarter of play. It's 24-8 Devils Lake on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard as we head to the second. It's a State A championship on your liveevent.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
This is the State A Boys Basketball Championship game on yourliveevent.com. Devils Lake with 24 points again in that opening quarter. 4 players in the scoring column led by the 10 of Oliver Worth. In 2 games in this tournament, Oliver Worth had 8 points and 6 rebounds, but he came out guns a-blazing with 10 here in the first quarter. 6 for Parker Brodina, 5 for Joel Nelson, and then you had 3 on the way for Mason Palmer. Vikings led by the 3 of Brooks Baco, the 3 of Carson Ossie, and the 2 for Jake Starcevic. 24-8 Devils Lake as we begin the second quarter, as the Kindred Vikings will begin the ball with the ball in the second quarter. Baco right-handed side of Spellhaug. Man pressure defense. Now it goes to Ossie. Ossie at the left wing. Here's a switch with Worth. Ossie taking a couple of spins inside the paint. Hang shot. Lost it on the way up, but there's a foul. Foul will be on Worth. That'll be his first, team's first, and we'll see 2 free throws here for Ossie. Ossie about a 68% free throw shooter on the season. 0 for 2 from the stripe here so far in the tournament. What a line to shoot 2 here for Kindred. Free throw here for Ossie is going to come up short. The Vikings now 1 of 2 from the free throw line here in this first half. Free throw attempt number 2 for Ossie is good. Ossie has 4. Kindred back within 15. Brooks Baco playing the top of this little 1-3-1. They'll look to trap when they can. Ball will go to Palmer, right-handed side. Palmer with the ball fake. Works his way around now to Max. Max Palmer to Brodina. Brodina with the basketball here, ripping it through left to right. Right wing, that'll go to Worth. Worth with a bounce pass back to the right-handed side as this one goes Brodina. Backing his defender down into a double team. Nelson driving kick to Palmer. That's Max. The 3 is up and in. Max Palmer with his 5th made triple of the tournament, and he hits that for the left wing. Devils Lake is at all the answers right now as they lead at 27-9 with 7:10 to play here in the first half. Luke Starcevic giving it to Jake on the inside. Nice seal by Jake Starcevic for 2. Starcevic has 4, but now the question is for Kindred, can he get a couple of turnovers or defensive stops in a row and get a little run going? Here's a double team. Jake Starcevic is there, and we have a tie-up with him alongside with Parker Brodina. The arrow will favor Devils Lake. But immediately Baco and Starcevic got the double team, and Jake went to grab the basketball and did. Presley Peraza will check in for Isaac Spellhaug. Firebirds will have it with Mason Palmer on the inbounds as they give this one to Parker Brodina. Brodina right-handed side with it to Joel Nelson. Nelson back to Brodina, left of the key. Brodina with it at the high post, up and over the pass to Palmer. With it, there is Mason. Skip pass now to Max. Max with the ball fake, gives it back now to Mason. Mason left wing, gives it back to Max. Nearly threw it away. 8 seconds on the shot clock. With it, here is Nelson. Drive kick, Worth, right wing three is up and in. The Firebirds simply cannot miss. Oliver Worth with 13 here in the first half. It's 30-11 with 6:20 left in this first half of play on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Peraza will see this one in a foul as OC was getting out in front. The foul will be Max Palmer, who gives up some size at 5'11" against the 6'9" OC. Jake Starcevic will check out. Coming in will be Whipple. Well, for the Firebirds, Beck will check back into the contest as coming out of the game here will be Max Palmer. Firebirds continuing that man pressure defense. OC with a shot fake, got his man to fly by, gonna attack the paint. OC shot, no rebound, tipped, and this one will be in the hands of Mason Palmer. Palmer with the basketball, crossing the timeline. Palmer right wing drive kick, three for Brodina. That'll go long. Rebound won by Peraza. It'll be out of bounds, or do we get a foul here on Devil's Lake? Foul will be on the Devil's Lake Firebirds here as Peraza went up with it. He was tied with a respective Firebird, and he had the shoulders tied up with, or the arms with Oliver Worth. Worth will pick up the foul. That'll be his second, and the team's third with 6:02 left to play here in the second quarter. It's 30-11 Devils Lake. Vikings with the basketball here with Brooks Bacco, taking a screen by Peraza. Bacco right wing looking for the lob, right-handed side now to OC. OC at the right wing coming through that staggered is Presley. Peraza with a shot fake, guarded by Brodina. Peraza sees this one and a reach and foul on Devils Lake. Foul on the reach will be on Beck, and now for Coach Dustin Brodina, you got 2 on his son Parker. You have 2 on Worth and 2 on Beck right now. As you'll see the inbounds here for Brooks Bacco. OC, Peraza, Gabe Whipple into the contest here for Kindred. OC trying to get the ball off the inbounds, does here left of the key after the feed there by Bacco. OC's going to drive his way, spin his way on the inside, up and in for 2. OC, a little bully ball. He's got 6. Kindred down by 17. 1-3-1 zone continues as Palmer sees this one in the free throw line. Leaves it to Brodina. Brodina back to Mason. Right pocket three is up and in. Mason Palmer with another 3 in the tournament. He's got 8 triples here for Devils Lake this weekend in Bismarck. Back to a 20-point margin. 5:15 left to play in the first half. OC at the right wing with the basketball. Taking the screen by Luke Starcevic. Luke's going to roll. OC will see this one from the baseline. Jumper is up off the mark, no good. And the rebound will come to Devils Lake. Mason Palmer gets the board. Palmer in transition now. Top of the key, gives it right-handed side to Max as they give it now to Brodina. Brodina free throw line open is Nelson. Right wing 3, rattle it in. Joel Nelson with the triple. He's got 8 and a timeout for Brad Whale. Brad's going to take his second timeout as Devils Lake leads it by 23 points with 4:47 left to play in the first half. We're back after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead provide great places for seniors to live. They emphasize choices, independence, and provide services as directed by residents. They're also great places to work, where employees find not only a job, but also rewarding and enjoyable experiences that contribute to the lives of others. To get more information on Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, call 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Timeout brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. For more information, go online to KindredStateBank.com. That's KindredStateBank.com. Devils Lake has 4 field goals in this second quarter. All of them are three-pointers by 4 different players. They have 6 in the contest After the timeout, Jake Starsvik launches a left baseline three, no good. His younger brother, Luke, though, gets the backside rebound. Luke muscling his way inside the paint, up and in for two. Luke Starsvik gets in the scoring column here, 36-15, as the Vikings right now with a little man pressure defense. Ball will be Oliver Worth at the right wing, as Starsvik will get called for the foul. That'll be Luke's first, the team's first of the quarter. Devils Lake with a made three by Worth, Nelson, Palmer, and Palmer. That's Mason and Max. Sounds like a future law firm in Devils Lake. Regardless here, 36-15 with 4:17 left in this first half. Right-handed side goes Parker Brodina. Brodina with the basketball, taking a couple of dribbles here for the Firebirds. As he does, leaves it left-handed side. That'll go to Nelson. Back to left wing with it now is Max Palmer. He'll rise, left wing. Three is up and in. The seventh made triple here for Devils Lake in the first half. It's 39-15. Brooks Baca will see the slip, a pass on the inside of Luke Starsvik. Luke throws it up and a block shot here by Worth and a foul here by Luke Starsvik. Foul will go on Luke. That'll be his second, team second here with 3:49 left to play in the first half. As currently right now, Devils Lake is going out and hiding from Devils Lake, currently up by 24. Still a lot of time left for Kindred to mount a comeback, but it's been this side of the floor. This one will be tipped out of bounds. Nope, they'll say it'll be last touch here by Palmer, and the trend continues for the Firebirds here in the quarter. 5 made field goals, all from beyond the arc, and they quite frankly hurt Kindred last year from the three-point line, and they're doing it again. Brooks Baca will see this, top of the key. Baca at the right wing takes the ball screen by Luke. Baca inside the paint. Baca to the paint. Right-handed scoop shot, and it's a block on the way by Worth. Outlet the other side to Palmer. Palmer then leaves it to Worth on a bounce last touch. Here will be off Luke Starsvik. That was close to nearly maybe being a foul, but as Baca went up, Worth timed it perfectly to back that one away, and it will remain Devils Lake basketball in front of the Kindred bench. Max Palmer, left wing, he'll shoot the three-pointer off the iron, no good. Rebound to Luke Starsvik. Luke finds it now to Jake. Jake in the front court here for the Vikings. Ankle cross, left to right, able to spin as he does to Luke. Luke will take the basketball spinning again, and this will be a foul, and we'll see bonus free throws. Foul will be on Mason Palmer, his first, team's fifth, as Luke Starsvik heads to the free throw line to shoot two. He's 1 of 2 from the line so far here in the tournament, as we should be shooting 2 on the way as they line it up here with the officials. As you'll see, Luke Starsvik heading to the free throw line again to shoot the bonus. So far for Kindred, it'll be 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Luke, free throw attempt is going to go long. Substitutions as O.C. and Isaac Spellhaug will check in here for the Kindred Vikings. Jake Starsvik alongside with Whipple will check out. Kindred right now, you're not going to get everything back for the last 3 minutes, but can you get it within 18? Can you make it a little bit more manageable going into the half? Well, if you're Devils Lake, can you balloon this to 30 is the question. Luke Starsvik gets the free throw. It's now 39-16 as the Firebirds will bring in the front court with Parker Brodina. Brodina in the front court, takes a dribble, right-handed side, gives this one now to Nelson. Nelson at the right wing, taking a couple hard dribbles, able to spin his way inside the paint. Shovel pass now to Worth. Worth at the left wing here with the pass on the interior. That goes Palmer, that's Max. Max gives it back up top as this will go Worth, right-hand side Nelson. Nelson trying to get by O.C. as he bowling him down underneath, and there's going to be a foul here on O.C. Carson will pick up the foul here for Devils Lake. That'll be his first, the team's third, and we have a media timeout on the floor. 2:37 left to play in the opening half. It's Devils Lake 39, Kindred 16 on your liveevent.com.
The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
After the media timeout on the floor, 39-16 Firebirds here with 2:37 left to play in the opening half. Coming up on our halftime show, look at the first half numbers, recap what happened earlier in the first three games. That and more is still to come as we'll see the inbounds here as the Firebirds. We'll see this with Worth. Worth backing down his defender, guarded there by Luke Starsvik, right wing now to Nelson. Nelson right-handed side going to drive on the interior, bounce pass across the paint to Worth. No look now to Max. Here's a Palmer pass now to Nelson. Nelson will see this one. Nelson with the basketball, leaves it right-handed side. Brodina. Brodina's going to drive. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Brodina on the interior in the paint, looking to spin. Kick. Here goes Mason Palmer. Three off the iron, no good. And a rebound to Luke Starcevic. Luke will see it now to Carson Ossie. Ossie at the right wing, finds a trailing Luke, back to Ossie here. Ossie top of the key, slips it to Peraza. Peraza left and inside to Bacco. Bacco at the left wing will take a dribble to Luke. High-low game looking inside for Peraza. That one gets tipped away and stolen here by Max Palmer. Palmer in the backcourt. We'll see this as he crosses the timeline with 1:45 left to play here in the first half. Nelson top of the key, finds it left and inside to Max. Palmer at the left wing, back up top to Mason. Mason with it, ball fake on the way. Right-handed side, make it left-handed side to Brodina. Now it goes to Worth. Worth with a shot fake, hands this one off to Palmer. Three-pointer is up off the backboard and in for Mason. Mason Palmer now with 9. 42-16, Firebirds with 80 seconds left in the first half. Brooks Bacco at the left wing. Getting walled off there by Palmer. Bacco spinning his way inside the paint. Double now to Luke. Luke with a hard drive. He gets fouled and count it. Luke Starcevic with the continuation. He's got 5. A chance to make it 6 at the line. The foul will be assessed here on Joel Nelson. His first and the end one here for Luke Starcevic. Devils Lake 6 field goals in the quarter, all from beyond the arc. Free throw attempts here for Luke Starcevic is upcoming for the and one, as the officials just making sure that the bucket was good. I think what Dustin Rodina is asking it, was it on the floor or was it in the act of shooting? The basket did go in, so they will say it will be in the act of shooting, so they will make it the continuation as Luke Starcevic will head to the free throw line to shoot the and one opportunity. So Luke Starcevic will head to the free throw line. Free throw is up. That'll go long. Rebound tipped out. It'll be last touch here by Devils Lake. So for Kindred, you get 2 points. You get the ball back here. Can you make it count and get another made field goal with 1:09 left to play here in the first half? Brooks Bacco on the inbounds. Fires it right wing to Ossie. Ossie, line extended. Ossie's going to drive, gets walled off here. Kindred with Ossie handles the basketball. Ossie with it to Spellhog. Now to Bacco as they reverse it to Peraza. Peraza at the left wing. Gives it to the baseline to Spellhog. Back now to Ossie. Ossie with 17 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to drive hard on the inside. Gets by Nelson up and in. The answer is yes, they can make the most out of it. Ossie now with 5 points in the quarter. He's got 8 in the game. Kindred down by 22. Parker Brodina with the basketball. Timeout here for Dustin Brodina on a use-it-or-lose-it timeout with 38 seconds left here in this first half. Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Bank and Insurance Agency. Whether it's insurance to banking, they can handle your requests. Go online to kindredstatebank.com. That again is kindredstatebank.com. 42-20 right now. It was 24-8 after 1 quarter of play. The Devils Lake Firebirds have been in control of this one pretty much from the opening tip. Brooks Bacco had an and one for the Kindred Vikings to give Kindred a 3-0 lead, but then immediately the Devils Lake Firebirds tied the game up. Mason Palmer had his own and one in the first quarter. Then Devils Lake will go on a run, get it to 19-3 with 2:11 left to play in the first quarter, and they have not looked back here in this first half of play. So we'll see what Dustin Brodina draws up for the Vikings. They've gone man, they've gone 1-3-1 zone here in this first half as Devils Lake with Mason Palmer will inbound the basketball. Palmer sees this to Parker Brodina. Brodina right-handed side now to Max Palmer. About a 7-second to game clock to shot clock differential here. Nelson left wing to Brodina. Brodina at the left wing, free throw line extended to Osi. Taking a couple of dribbles. Here is Brodina. Gives it back up top to Worth. Reverse it right-handed side on this little weave now to Max Palmer to Brodina. Brodina's going to be on the inside off the window. Can't get it. Rebound comes down to Brooks Bacco. Bacco working with it the other side of the floor. Now to Peraza. Peraza the left wing gets by his man with the two-handed jam. Peraza with the dunk. It's 42-22, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Nelson just inside half court, good if it goes. And that's how we'll end the first half of play. It's Devils Lake 40, the Kindred Vikings 22. We'll see if that dunk by Peraza can give a little life to the Kindred Vikings into the half, as we'll go to our halftime show and take a look at the first half numbers when we return here on your liveevent.com.
The Outlaws are coming back. The World of Outlaws late model series is coming back to Ada, the Norman County Raceway. Saturday, June 28th, the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series will have 2 shows at Red River Valley Speedway Saturday, May 31st and August 23rd. For tickets and more information, visit ncraceway.com, redrivervalleyspeedway.com, or follow on Facebook.
Looking to sell your equipment or needing an upgrade? Purple Wave Auction has you covered. From construction to agriculture and fleet, we make it easy for you to sell, bid, or buy. Always online and always no reserve. Take the next step and register for free today at purplewave.com. It's time to experience the easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment with Purple Wave Auction.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsborough area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learn from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsborough, 701-430-0877.
You would never size fits all shirt, and you should never do so to protect your valuable assets. And we'll find you the right fit for your insurance policies.
Home insurance, auto insurance, commercial insurance, benefits insurance, crop insurance.
We have you covered from head to toe, underground to Scott. Experience the difference with Irie. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve.
At the half here on yourliveevent.com, Chase Miller with you courtside inside the Bismarck Event Center as we take a look at the first half numbers. As Devils Lake is shooting 64% from the floor, 16 of 25 in the first half. They're 8 of 14 from beyond the arc and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Devils Lake with 11 rebounds, 1 turnover, and 11 assists here for Devils Lake. Again, plus 10 in the assist to turnover ratio here for the Firebirds. Well, for the Kindred Vikings, they're 9 of 23 from the floor at 39%, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, and 3 of 6 from the free throw line here for the Kindred Vikings. Kindred with 12 rebounds, 2 assists to 4 turnovers here for Kindred. Taking a look at the individual numbers. The Devils Lake Firebirds, 13 points. Oliver Worth on 5 of 5 shooting from the floor. He's hit 2 threes, 13 points for Worth. From there, the 9 points of Mason Palmer with 2 made triples. 8 points for Joel Nelson. He's got 3 boards, 6 points for Max Palmer. You also have 6 points along the way for Parker Brodina with 3 rebounds as well. Again, the Devils Lake Firebirds led over Worth, and Devils Lake has hit the 3-pointers, 8 of them, 2 by 4 different players. For the Kindred Vikings, individually led by the 8 points of Carson Osee. He does have a rebound. You have 5 points for Luke Starcevic with 3 boards. From there, 4 points for Jake Starcevic, 3 points for Brooks Bacco, and then 2 points for Presley Peraza. Again, the Vikings led by the 8 of Carson Osee. We'll take a break. When we come back after this, we'll recap what happened earlier in the day here in the Bismarck Event Center. Also, quarter scoring goes like this. Devils Lake with 24 first quarter points, 18 in the second quarter. Well, for the Kindred Vikings, 8 in the first and 14 in the second quarter. Back with more from the Event Center after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio.
At the half again, Devils Lake 42, Kindred 22 here inside the Bismarck Event Center. Earlier today, up at the B in the consolation portion of the State B basketball tournament, 7th place went to North Border with a 70-68 double overtime win over Oaks. Again, North Border 70-68 over Oaks in double overtime for 7th place. At the State B, Caden Moore had 22 points in the win for North Border. Bo Thorpe had 25 points, 9 rebounds in the loss for the Oaks Tornadoes. 5th place, a nail-biter as well. New Rockford Cheyenne with a 2-point win over the Hankinson Pirates, 59-57. Easton Simon with 20.6 rebounds in the win for the Rockets, while Hankinson was paced by Rayshawn Earl with 31 points in the loss for the Hankinson Pirates. So New Rockford Cheyenne takes 5th, Hankinson takes 6th. 3rd place coming up here at the top of the hour with Ari Deemers and Wilton Wing, then the championship of West Hope Newburgh and Bishop Ryan later tonight, roughly around 8 o'clock from the Minot State Dome. Earlier today, inside the Bismarck Event Center, 7th place went to the Wahpeton Huskies, 65-45 over Killdeer. Brendan Steffens went 5 for 5 from the 3-point line, 24 points in the win for in his final game for the Huskies, who graduated 3 seniors, 23 points and 5 3-pointers in the win for Wahpeton. Huskies now 18-10 is what they'll finish in 7th place. Killdeer goes 21-7. First win for Wahpeton since March the 15th of 2014 at a state basketball tournament in which they won the consolation championship in the old Class A from Minot. 5th place goes to the Lax Burlington with a 60-48 win over Beulah. Colton Feller 28 points, 12 rebounds, a double-double, as Colton Feller would finish 29 of 52 from the floor, shooting in the tournament in 3 games. Both the Lax Burlington and Beulah go 18-9 on the season. 3rd place, Shiloh Christian with a 78-64 win over the Thompson Tommies. Caden England with 23 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and he goes 13 of 13 from the free throw line in the win for Shiloh Christian. The Skyhawks would finish the season 22-4, while Thompson would finish 17-10, a double-double performance for Carter Peterson and Gavin Croxton with 22 points in the final games that those two both respectively played for the Thompson Tommies. That again is a look at what happened earlier today. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll recap what happened again in the first half. A little extra time here between the first and second half as they honor the 2000 Class B boys basketball champs from Fargo Oak Grove here, letting the players with their respective loved ones on the floor. Also, Kyle Card, the head coach of Oak Grove then, the head coach of Oak Grove now, was represented as well here for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. So a little extra time here in between the first and the second half. We'll take a break. When we come back after this, we'll recap again what happened in the first half with Devils Lake and Kindred here on YourLiveEvent.com.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of. where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
(42-22) Devils Lake over the Kindred Vikings here on YourLiveEvent.com. Devils Lake only scored 47 points a month ago in Kindred, in which they lost 52-47. They scored nearly that in the first half alone, as they scored again 42 in the opening 16 minutes of play. Devils Lake just balanced scoring, just not one particular player. Again, Oliver Worth. You also have Joel Nelson with Mason Palmer and Max Palmer, all with 2 threes apiece. They got 8 total here in this first half of play for the Devils Lake Firebirds. Well, for the Kindred Vikings, led by the 8 points of Carson Ossie with a made three-pointer in the first quarter. Starsvik got 5. That's Luke in this particular first half. Kindred 24-1 entering play today. The same for the Devils Lake Firebirds. North Dakota, we will have the Lions All-Star Basketball Series in July. We will have the Optimist Volleyball Series in June, and the same for the Shields Softball All-Star Series in early June as well. So check out our Coaches Show Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, and then get ready for the upcoming spring season into what the Summer All-Star Series will be a little bit later on for high school athletics. Again, Devils Lake leads it by 20 at the half here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale Thursday, March 20th at the ranch near Hitterdall, Minnesota. 75 Red Angus bulls plus 20 elite hand-picked registered heifers. Same reliable program, new exciting genetics, producing Red Angus genetics with sustainability for over 26 years. Request a catalog today. Call Gary Jacobson 701-361-3189 or Facebook Jacobson Red Angus. The sale broadcast on DV Auction. Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale Thursday, March 20th, 1 p.m.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits, including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
As we get you ready for quarter number 3 here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller with you as the Kindred Vikings will open up the quarter with the basketball here. Kindred in their blue attire, the white numerals and lettering outlined in black with Kindred across the front, the checkerboard of white and blue down the side for the Devils Lake Firebirds in their home white uniforms. Firebirds across the front in red, outlined in black with the red numerals here today with the red trim down the side. One thing with Devils Lake's uniforms that I do like, the Devils Lake in terms of the DL is intertwined. It looks like the old Detroit Tigers, or current even Detroit Tigers D in terms of the letter, and you have part of it that is D and the other part of it is the L intertwined. Pretty nice looking logo there for Devils Lake. Firebirds 16 minutes away if they can fend off Kindred to go back to back, while Kindred right now Can they get it to 10? Can they split this difference in half before you get to the fourth quarter? Jake Starsvik will handle it left wing as he gives this one now to Peraza. Peraza right-handed side to Bacco. Devils Lake comes out man pressure defense as they've done throughout the course of this game. Jake Starsvik at the right wing on the inside, slips a pass. Open is a three for Osi, is up and in. Osi now with double digits. He's got 11. His second made 3 of the contest. It's now 17. Palmer, left wing, gives this one to Brodina. Brodina with handle basketball now for Devils Lake. Shovels the pass to Joel Nelson. Nelson at the left wing, free throw line extended, guarded by Jake Starsvik. Nelson gives it back up top to Worth as they give it back to Nelson. Nelson's going to drive as he does around, and he had Jake Starsvik up in the air, and this will be before the shot. Jake will pick up the foul. That'll be his first, the team's first, and a great shot fake up on the air and got Jake up, and they pretty much just went to hop over Worth, and they will inbound the basketball now with a fresh 35 here for Devils Lake. As they do, Oliver Worth with the ball fake. Worth with a little slip pass. That'll go to Parker Brodina. Brodina ankle cross, right to left. Brodina to the left block. Now dribbles it back out here to the wing. Brodina will see this one as he does on the baseline. Brodina makes his way underneath the rim. Shot will be partially contested. Rebound. Brodina, though, put back up and in. Parker's got 8 points. And Devils Lake with a quick answer, up by 19. 6:45 to play here in the first quarter. Devils Lake with Brooks Bacco. Calls out the offense, gives it to Jake Starsvik at the left wing. Starsvik here with a couple hard dribbles, guarded by Nelson. Jake on the end into a double, open is Spellhaug. Extra pass to Peraza. Top of the key, 3 is up and in. Peraza's got 5 back-to-back threes for Kindred as the Vikings are back within 16. Must be something about the north rim here inside the Bismarck Event Center. Brodina gets doubled, gives this one now to Beck. Beck with a bounce pass right-handed side to Mason Palmer. Palmer here at the free throw line, left wing with it as he gives it back to Nelson. Nelson with a dribble, right-handed side to Worth. 15 on the shot clock to Brodina. Shot fake, trying to get by Spellhaug. Handles it here at the free throw line. Brodina with 8 seconds, now to Worth with 7. Worth with a top of the key, finds it to Nelson with 5. Nelson with 4. Nelson uses up the dribble, finds a cutting teammate to the paint, up and in. Who beats the horn? There by Beck. Beck beats the horn with a made field goal, and the Firebirds are back up by 18. Brooks Bacco, a little shake and bake move. Bacco on the inside. Bacco with the pass to Spellhaug. Extra find to Starsvik. Jake with a shot fake. He's going to drive on the interior. Right-handed scoop on the reversal is off the mark. Rebound comes down to Oliver Worth, and the Firebirds are going to slow it up here in the front court. Already 2.5 minutes have surpassed here in this third quarter. Firebirds 48-26. Devils Lake left-handed side of Joel Nelson. Nelson gives it back up top. That'll go to Beck. Beck trying to get by Peraza. Bounce pass to the right wing. As Devils Lake right now will see this to the right-handed side to Worth. Worth with a handoff to Nelson. Nelson with a couple hard dribbles here. The free throw line guarded by Osi. Tough shot, got it up and in though. A little fade away shot by Nelson. He's in double digits with 10. And it's back to a 20-point margin here with under 5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Brooks Bacco brings into the front court for Kindred. As Bacco does, we'll see this here, right wing to Spellhaug. Spellhaug will handle it on the skip to Peraza. Peraza with a couple hard dribbles, driving kick to Spellhaug. Bounce pass inside to Jake. Jake's going to spin on the baseline, able to slip through the double team with the left hand, up and in for 2. Starsvik's got 6. That's Jake. He scored in every quarter. Kindred back within 18, but as we talked about in the first half, they need to get some consecutive stops. Devils Lake with Nelson with the basketball with Brodina, and Devils Lake very patient right now with the basketball. Brodina's going to drive on Spellhaug to the right block, spins into a double. Kick out now to Worth. Worth will utilize it. Shovel pass on the inside, saved by Spellhaug, and a turnover for Devils Lake, their second. Presley Perron's in the front court now for the Vikings. Gives this one to Haug here at the 4-minute mark of the third. Brooks Bacco with the left wing. Bacco attacks the paint off the window, good for 2. Bacco's got 5, and the Vikings are back within 16. Get some of the Kindred faithful on their feet. Devils Lake will see it here with Mason Palmer, guarded by Bacco. Here comes the half-court trap. Peraza nearly gets the steal as he goes 2 rows up down the aisle into the courtside seats here inside the Bismarck Event Center. 3:44 left to play in the third. It's Devils Lake 48, Kindred 32. Media timeout on the floor.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger, and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, share their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. It's Devils Lake 48, Kindred 32, 3:44 left to play in quarter number 3. After the media timeout, we'll see it here on the inbounds now to Mason Palmer. Palmer right-handed side to Nelson, up and over in the pass, looking for Brodina. They front it with Osi, and Osi gets a tip and the steal to Peraza. There was no backside help, so Osi was the last line of defense and got it. Osi in the front court now, banging his way, trying to get by his man in back, able to spin. Nice pass on the inside to Luke Starsvik. Shot, no rebound, put back, count it. Or was this before the shot when he came down? The foul will be on the floor as he came back down with it for a moment. Or they're going to say, nope, it's on the first shot. So it's on the first shot, not the second, excuse me. Foul will be on Parker Brodina. That'll be his third, team's first, and 2 free throws on the way here for Luke Starcevic. Starcevic to the free throw line. This one is up and good. He's got 6. Kindred back within 15. Free throw attempt number 2 here for the Vikings. As we said, down by 20 at the intermission. Can you cut it to 10 roughly before you get to the fourth and give yourself a puncher's chance? That's the goal for the Vikings. Second one will be short, missed, airballed. Vikings are halfway there with 3:22 left here in this third quarter. We've seen Kindred, little half-court trap on the last possession, nearly got the steal. We'll see what they do here. Parker Brodina sees the half-court trap, uses up the dribble, pops the pass right wing to Worth. Worth now with the basketball to Palmer. Mason Palmer here at the Bismarck Event Center logo, right-handed side to Nelson. Nelson with the pass to the left wing to Brodino. Guarded there by Osi. Back up top to Beck as they reverse it. Right-handed side to Nelson. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Nelson spin his way on the interior. Drive kick, right wing to Brodina. Goes behind the back. Double team coming here. Starsvik with the tip, and it's off of Brodina, and a turnover here for Devils Lake right in front of the Firebirds fan base. And quite frankly, they ain't happy. 2:52 left to play. Kindred down by 15 with the ball when we return here in the third quarter on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. This year, our Planter Operator Clinic dates are March 18th and 25th. Expanded sessions to include monitors, systems, and diagnostic training for V-Drive, Delta Tube, as well as Row Flow and Air Force. Morning and afternoon sessions each day with lunch from Cruisin' Cafe. Register at planterdoc.com. March 18th and 25th. Please register at planterdoc.com.
You would never buy a one-size-fits-all shirt, and you should never do so to protect your valuable assets. And we'll find you the right fit for your insurance policies.
Home insurance, auto insurance, commercial insurance, benefits insurance, crop insurance.
We have you covered from head to toe, underground to Scott. Experience the difference with Irie. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve.
2:52 left in this third quarter of playing the State A Boys Basketball Championship as we'll crown 2 state champs. One here in Bismarck, one in Minot later tonight with West Hope Newburgh and Bishop Ryan in the B. Vikings with the rock, left-handed side of Starsvik. Starsvik will make a pass to Bacco, who spins on the baseline. Bacco goes between the legs, right baseline, bounce pass inside of Jake. Jake with a fadeaway shot from the baseline from 10, no. Rebound gets tipped down in the hands of Brodina. Brodina will handle it now for the Firebirds as he does, spins, gives it to Worth. Good pass on the inside of Nelson. Nelson with a power dribble kick to Brodina. Top of the key, rainbow 3 is off the iron, no. Rebound won by Osi. Osi on the outlet now to Bacco. Bacco working with it left to right or from the south to the north rim here in the event center. Payne opens up. Bacco's going to drive. Here comes a double wraparound pass to Luke Starsvik, who gets fouled, and Luke will head to the free throw line. Foul assessed on Devils Lake. Firebirds will see this on Joel Nelson. That'll be Nelson's second. Team second here with 2:11 left to play in the third quarter. Vikings to the free throw line here with Starsvik. That's Luke. Free throw's going to go short. Substitution, Max Palmer will check into the game. Devils Lake here we'll see Trayson Beck checking out. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way here for Starcevic. You see a substitution on the next dead ball as Isaac Spellhaug is slated to check back in. Starcevic able to hit the second. He's got 7. He will check out of the game. Will Luke. Spellhaug will check in, but the Vikings cut this deficit down to 14 with 2:11 left to play here in the third. Firebirds with Parker Brodina as Kindred looking to trap in the half court. Here they do. Brodina uses up that dribble to Palmer. Palmer crossing over left to right. That's Mason. Palmer with the basketball. Palmer with a couple of hard dribbles inside the free throw line. Mason's going to spin, gives it to Nelson. Nelson on the interior, goes into a double, finds it to Worth. Worth back to Nelson. Nelson inside the paint, off the window, can't get it to go. And the Firebirds miss a point-blank opportunity. Rebound, Peraza. Baco up the floor. OC in transition. Right wing three is going to go off the iron. And a rebound here for Devils Lake. Firebirds with Brodina the other side of the floor. Brodina weaving his way inside the paint, throwing it up, and this one will be a foul, and Brodino will head to the free throw line. Foul will be assessed on Carson Osi, his second, team second. 2 free throws here for Parker Brodina. Brodina 11 of 12 from the free throw line here in the tournament. Clock stops with 1:34 left in the third quarter. Free throw is up, and it's good. Brodina now with 9. Devils Lake 13 by Worth, the 9 by Palmer, the 9 by Brodina, and the 10 by Nelson here in this third quarter. Free throw attempt number 2 is also good. Back to a 16-point margin as Kindred will see this one with Brooks Baco. Baco in the front court for the Vikings. Taking a couple of dribbles, pops a pass inside Peraza to Spellhaug. Bounce pass to Starsvik. That Jake. Jake on the interior with it. Tough shot from 5, but got it to go. It was contested. Jake's got 8. Vikings offense looking a little more fluid here in the second half than the first. Palmer right-handed side to Brodina. Brodina at the right wing trying to get by OC, spins. Kick left-handed side. That'll go to Max Palmer. Back now to Mason. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Mason Palmer guarded here by Brooks Baco. Mason dribbles it back out to the half-court stripe. Looking for a ball screen. Takes one by Nelson. Top of the key. Works now the right wing. Going between the legs. Here goes Mason with the drive and a foul on the floor. Either on Baco or Spellhaug. This one will be on Isaac. That'll be his first and the team's third of the quarter. But what it does, it resets the shot clock. Game clock at 41.9. Devils Lake doesn't care. They get the quick tip on the inbound. Oliver Worth, he's got 15. His first field goal in the second half. That was just a little oop on a tip there to Worth inside the paint. Baco will see this left wing to OC. OC deep 3 left wing on the ways off the mark. No rebound. Peraza. Peraza with a shot fake on his man up in the air off the backboard for 2. Peraza's got 7. And here's the hill to climb if you're Kindred. They've banged on the door of 14 here in this third quarter. Can they get it under that? Palmer will see this one, the front court left wing. Palmer's in a drive, bounce pass, right-hand side of Worth. Right pocket 3 is up, in and out, no good. 12 seconds left to go in the quarter. Brooks Baco in the front court now for the Vikings with 7 seconds. Baco top of the key. He'll step into a 3. It's up and in. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. The inbound at Brodina with a half-court heave off the backboard, and that's how we'll end our third quarter of play. Well, the Vikings got it under 14. They got it to 11 as we head to the fourth. Don't go anywhere. Devils Lake up by 11 as we head to the fourth.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Bears Home Solutions is the Red River Valley's premier HVAC and plumbing company. Our team of friendly, licensed professionals has delivered top-notch service to the Red River Valley since 1978. Bears Home Solutions is the only name you need to know when it comes to heating, cooling, and plumbing installation, service, or repair. When you want it done right the first time, you need a Bear in there.
As we head to the fourth quarter, play the Kindred Vikings. Nice quarter here for Kindred as they put up 19 points, while the Devils Lake Firebirds will held to 10. After making 8 3-pointers in the first half, the Firebirds with 0 here in the third quarter. For the Kindred Vikings, they made 1 3-pointer in the first half. They buried 3 of them in quarter number 3. They're led in scoring by the 11 of OC, the 8 of Baco, the 8 of Jake Starsvik. Devils Lake led by the 15 of Worth, the 10 of Brodina, and the 10 of Nelson here. Mention going into the half or out of it, can Kindred cut it to around 10? Give yourself a chance in the fourth quarter after being down by 20. The answer is yes. Got it to 11. 8 minutes left to play in the State A Championship in the fourth quarter. Ball gets thrown away here as Worth was looking more for a flare by Brodina, as Brodina went more for a back cut, and a turnover here for the Firebirds to open up the fourth quarter. And if the Vikings get a made field goal here, it's back to a 3-possession game. Baco, left-handed side with a ball fake. Starsvik with the basketball, gives it up top to Peraza. Right wing on the interior. Jake Starsvik off the flex cut, spins off the window, up and in for 2. Jake Starsvik's got 10, and it's a 3-possession game and trimmed down to single digits, 52-43. Palmer will see this. That's Mason. Right-handed side to Nelson. Nelson going to drive on Starsvik. Gets walled off there to Brodina. Wraparound pass to Max. Now to Mason. Mason near sideline. Shot clock to 18 seconds. Mason's going to drive. Bounce pass. This one goes Nelson inside the paint. Off the window. Up, and there's a foul. Foul will be assessed here on Presley Peraza, as Peraza will pick up the foul, his second, team's first. 2 free throw attempts here for Joel Nelson. Nelson 0 of 1 in the tournament from the free throw line for the Southpaw. Nelson, free throw is short. Now make it 0 for 2. Vikings with 2 timeouts remaining. Devils Lake has 3. The game clock sits at 7 minutes and 14 seconds here in the fourth. Free throw attempt for Nelson is in. He's got 11. Devils Lake leads it by 10. Vikings cross the timeline here for Brooks Baco. Baco right wing to OC. OC finds it to Jake. Jake will leave this one on the handoff to Baco. Baco top of the key, back to Starsvik. Left wing to Spellhog, back up top to OC. NBA 3 coming, that'll go long. Rebound tip right in the hands of Jake Starsvik, up for 2. Starsvik's got 12, and the Vikings keep on a knocking. They're back with an 8. 6:48 left to play in the fourth. Here comes a little half-court trap. Mason Palmer at the right wing. The Viking faithful chanting defense. Nelson with the basketball. Nelson with a dribble. Leaves it to the right-handed side. That'll go to Worth. Now to Brodina. Brodina ripping it through. Spins on OC on the interior. Uses up the dribble to Palmer. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Mason will see this one here at the free throw line. Gives it to Nelson. Nelson ripping it through. Nelson guarded by Jake Starsvik. Baby hook is short, and a rebound to Baco. Baco in transition now for the Vikings. Baco are going to drive. Baco to the hard drive to the paint, and this one will be a foul on the floor, and it looks to be on Devils Lake. The basket was good, but it was before the shot, not on the continuation. Foul will be on Mason Palmer, his second, team's first of the fourth quarter. 6:14 left to play here in the fourth quarter. A made field goal here for Kindred would make it a 2-possession game. Ball gets inbounded to OC. He gets doubled. Spellhog, ball fake, gives it to Peraza. Right-handed side to Starsvik. Jake at the right wing. Jake's going to drive. Gets walled off there by Nelson. Starsvik on the baseline. Double to Peraza. Peraza ball fake. He'll rise. He'll shoot left wing 3. Off the front iron. Rebound comes down to Oliver Worth. Devils Lake trying to get it back to a 10-point contest here with a made field goal. 5:50 to play in the fourth quarter. Brodina at the right wing. Brodina will see this little flare now to Palmer. Palmer at the left wing with the basketball jab step. Palmer with a dribble, gives this one now back to Worth. Worth on the skip. This one will go to Max Palmer. Deep 3 at the left wing. That's off the iron. Rebound to OC, now to Baco. 5:30 to play in the fourth. Baco up the near sideline for Kindred. Baco walks it up. He'll step into a three on the way. That'll be off the front iron and a rebound here to Devils Lake. The rebound here for Worth as they go up the floor to Brodina. Bounce pass right-handed side. Nelson skip to Palmer. This is a left wing three is up and that'll go long. Rebound is deflected and Mason Palmer comes away with it as he gives it to Max and the Firebirds can reset. 5:05 to play in the fourth quarter. 28 seconds on the shot clock. Devils Lake's looking for a good offensive set. Firebirds with Mason Palmer, guarded here by Carson Ossie. Palmer taking a couple of dribbles, just taking the air out of the basketball right now, quite frankly. Now he's going to attack, trying to get by Ossie. Does the paint, left-handed layup, he misses. Rebound comes down to Peraza. Vikings work with it in the front court now. They don't have numbers. Vikings give it to Ossie. Ossie ripping it through. Ossie will hang, shoot inside the paint, up and in for two. Carson Ossie's got a baker's dozen in scoring. That's a two-possession game. 4:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Nelson gives this one to Worth. Worth top of the key with a shot fake. Worth now to Palmer. That's Max. Max will see it back up top to Brodina. Brodina taking a couple of hard dribbles. Gets walled off by Ossie at the free throw line. Takes it now to the top of the key, trying to get by Ossie. He's going to attack the left block. Brodina spins inside the paint. This one we're going to have a tie-up, and the arrow's in a favor Kindred. 4:11 left to play here in the fourth quarter. And it will be Kindred basketball when we return. Media timeout on the floor. Vikings back within 6. Just over 4 minutes to play. Don't go anywhere. The Kindred faithful on their feet inside the event center.
I'm Molly, and I have lived here a little over 3 years now. I like the open spaces here and being able to go in and out. I like the fact that I don't have stairs or elevators. I just have most everything that I need close at hand.
Six points is the difference between Devils Lake and the Kindred Vikings. Devils Lake in the second half has scored 11 points, while for the Kindred Vikings, they have scored 25 points here in the second half. And to begin the fourth quarter, it's a little run. It's a 6-1 run here for the Kindred Vikings. Kindred with still 2 timeouts remaining, the same for Devils Lake. A timeout apiece, and both fan bases on their feet imploring their respective teams here inside the Bismarck Event Center. It is a tale of two halves, quite frankly, if you're just joining us. Devils Lake shot the lights out. They hit 8 3-pointers. They had 6 of them in the second quarter alone. All their field goals in the second quarter were from beyond the arc. They have yet to make a 3 in this second half. While for the Kindred Vikings, balanced scoring, better offense, getting stops defensively, and don't look now, trying to get back within a possession. Jake Starsvik at the left wing with it. Now it's Peraza. Peraza right-handed side to Baco. Baco at the right wing, free throw line extended. Finds it to Ossie. Hard drive down the paint, off the window, up for 2. Ossie's got 15. The Vikings are back within 4. Under 3:45 here in the fourth quarter. Palmer will see this, guarded by Baco. Mason with the pass. This one goes to Worth. Worth with it on a little flare now to Palmer. Mason taking the screen. Ossie with it, out of bounds with 19 seconds here on the shot clock. This is what a lot of fans expected to be a tightly contested game, maybe a little bit different of what you thought coming into it, but regardless, it is getting down to the nitty-gritty here in this fourth quarter. On the inbounds, Mason Palmer will dribble it back out, guarded here by Brooks Baco. Palmer, couple of dribbles, little shake and bake move, trying to spin on Brooks. Hands this one off now to Nelson. Nelson on the nail pick will come inside the paint. Back to Mason. Mason with a fadeaway. This one is going to be off the mark, no good. Rebound to Baco, and a foul here by the Firebirds. Foul will be assessed on Joel Nelson, his third, team second, and the clock will stop with 3:15 left to play in the fourth quarter. You had a 20-point lead again going into the half. And right now for Devils Lake, it's all about hanging on. Well, if you're the Vikings, you got Uncle Mo on your side. Baco, left wing to Jake Starsvik. Starsvik will hand this one off to Peraza. Top of the key, 3 is up and in. Presley Peraza with his second triple of the game. The Viking student section is going nuts. Kindred back within 1, and a foul here by Baco. Mason Palmer got by him. Brooks will pick up the foul, his third and the team's second. And we have immediate timeout on the floor. The Viking faithful on their feet, down by 20 points going into the half. They're back within one. 2:50 left to play in the fourth quarter on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Devils Lake with the ball when we return here on your liveevent.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance requests, go to kindredstatebank.com. That again is kindredstatebank.com. Here in the fourth quarter, Kindred is outscoring Devils Lake 11-1. Firebirds will inbound the basketball at the far side. Devils Lake looking for their third state championship in program history and trying to go back-to-back. The Vikings looking for their second in program history and the first since 2021. Buckle up for the final 2:50 here in the fourth. Mason Palmer going to be guarded by Brooks Bach. A little horn set here from Devils Lake. Palmer, right wing, will give this one now. That'll be in the hands of Nelson. He'll rise from the wing. Three-pointers off the front iron. Rebound to Presley. And the Kindred Vikings have their first lead since it was 3-0 Kindred with a made field goal here. Baco with it at the right wing. Gives it now to Peraza. They post on the inside. Osi, who throws it up and in. Osi got his man sealed from the left block, and he finishes for two. The Viking faithful on their feet. Look at the run by Kindred. 54-53, 2:13 left to play. Devils Lake with Brodina. Brodina's going to drive on the other side. Lost it out of bounds off of Osi's foot. As you'll see, Max Palmer checking into the game here for the Kindred Vikings. As Trayson Beck will check out. Now it's Devils Lake looking for something positive offensively. With it at the left wing is Brodina, guarded by Osi. Brodina's going to spin on the inside, does inside the paint, and this is a foul and nearly an and one. This one rattles out. Osi picks up the foul. Brodina will head to the line. Osi picks up his third, team's third, and 2 free throws here for Parker Brodina. Brodina at the free throw line, 13 of 14 here in the tournament. This to tie with 1:59 left in the fourth, and he got it. It's our first tie since it was 3-all. Free throw attempts number 2 here for Brodina. This one gets the shooter's roll. He's got 12. And the Firebirds with the advantage. They'll make a substitution as Max Palmer will check out. Trayson Beck will come in. Kindred down 1. We'll see it in the front court. Both fan bases on their feet inside the event center. Baco top of the key. Baco crossing over right to left. Brooks is going to drive. Palmer walls him off. Then Brooks with a step through inside and count it. Baco with the end one. Baco's got 10. A chance to make it 11. Foul will be on Mason Palmer. He picks up his third and the team's third. Baco at 6'5" has a little size advantage. He got walled off the baseline, but then Palmer gave him enough room to spin to the paint, and that's where the foul came. And Baco with an and one opportunity. 10 points, a chance for 11. Free throws up and in and out, no good. And we'll see a foul, and this will be on Isaac Spellhaug. He was trying to get the ball. Worth with the box out, and a foul will come on Isaac, his second. That'll be the team's fourth. 1:43 left to play in the fourth quarter for the State A Boys Basketball Championship. Firebirds with Parker Brodina. Looks at his dad and Dustin Brodina, the head coach, gets the offensive set. Parker to the right wing, handles it there. Parker's going to try to bang his way on the inside. Nothing granted. Now it's to Palmer. Palmer at the right wing. Firebirds down by 1. Palmer's going to drive. Spellhog does a good job defensively. Palmer spin his way on the baseline. Palmer with it to the right pocket. Now to Max Palmer. Back up top to Brodina. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Brodina inside off the window. Can't get it. Rebound tipped. Won by Starsvik. Tries to split the defense. It's on the deck. Max Palmer to Mason Palmer. Mason sees it here. Double team. Step through. Right-handed side to Brodina. Shot fake on the way. Brodina then will be a player control foul and an offensive charge here by Parker Brodina. Parker Brodina will pick up his 4th. We'll see a substitution as Beck will come in for Max Palmer with 1:02 left to play here in the 4th quarter, and a timeout for head coach Dustin Brodina. 62 seconds remain in the State A Championship. Kindred 56, Devils Lake 55. Timeout for Coach Brodina on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
High school basketball here today on yourliveevent.com. Timeout brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. It's Kindred 56, Devils Lake 55. Devils Lake uses the timeout. They have 2 remaining. Both teams in the bonus from here on out. The next jump ball will favor the Devils Lake Firebirds. If you're just joining us, Devils Lake was up by 20 at the half at 42-22. The Kindred Vikings have put up 34 points here in the second half, while Devils Lake has been held to 13 in the front court. Here goes Bacco. Kindred up by 1 under 50 seconds to play. They look back door on the flex cut to Starsvik, and Bacco was looking for Jake. It goes through his hands and a turnover here for Kindred. But 52.6 seconds left to play. Now here's a little offense-defense substitution as Luke Starsvik checks out. Spellhog checks in. Coming out of the game will be back for Devils Lake. Coming in is Max Palmer. Firebirds. We'll see this with Joel Nelson. Nelson in the front court now for Devils Lake. Gives this one to Brodina. Brodina at the right wing. Brodina's going to drive and try to spin on Spellhog. As he does inside the paint, here comes a double with the flip pass left-handed side to Nelson. Nelson to Brodina. Shot fake. Got his man up in the air. Drive, kick. Top of the key. Worth for the lead at 3 is good. The first made triple for Devils Lake since the second quarter. Worth's got 18. Devils Lake leads it by 2. 25 seconds to play in the 4th. And the Firebird faithful now on their feet. 24.3 seconds play here in the 4th quarter. A shot fake from Parker Brodina at the left wing drove, suffocated the defense into the paint for Kindred. The kick to Oliver Worth, and Oliver hits the triple, his 3rd made 3 and the 9th of the game for the Firebirds. But their first triple in the half for Devils Lake, and now it's a 2-point contest. 24.3 seconds left to play. Time on the floor, brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. As for the Vikings, a 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead. Again, if there is a foul, it will be 2 free throws. Inbounds coming here for the Kindred Vikings, as Kindred will see this one with Osi. Osi with the basketball as they will inbound it here. That'll go to Brooks Bacco. Bacco with the rock as he handles it. Now top to Peraza. Peraza at the right wing as they give it to Luke Starsvik. Bacco at the left wing. 13 seconds remaining on the interior to Jake Starsvik. Jake's on a spin. Here comes a double. Jake inside the paint. Up and off the mark. No good. Rebound. Starsvik throws it up and he gets fouled. 6.1 left to play in the 4th. And 2 free throws coming for Jake Starsvik. Parker Brodina is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 5th. So Parker Brodina will foul out with 12 points in the contest for the senior. And for Dustin Brodina, now you got to make a decision here. As Parker Brodina will check out, as Jake Starsvik will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. As Exner will check in for the 6-foot. That's the last play here for a salty senior in Parker Brodina as he will check out. But right now, Jake Starsvik to the free throw line with 6.1 left to play here in regulation. Starsvik 6 of 10 at the line in the tournament. Free throw is up and good. Coach Brodina wants a timeout. We'll keep it here. Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. It's 58-57. Devils Lake leads it by 1, and Starsvik will head to the free throw line after the timeout. It's also to ice, but also from a Dustin Brodina perspective to set something up offensively here. With 1 timeout remaining for the Firebirds, Kindred has 1 timeout remaining as well. So if you make it, you set up the inbounds quickly. Don't allow Kindred to set up their defense. If Starsvik makes it, we'll see if Brad Whale maybe calls a timeout to set up the defense here for the Kindred Vikings. 6.1 left to play in the fourth quarter. A state title is on the line as Starsvik heads to the free throw line. Jake with the free throw attempts. This to try and tie. Starsvik, right-handed toss. It's going to go long. Rebound to Peraza. Peraza kick to Osi for the championship. It's in and out, no good. Rebound. Baco got it! He got it! Brooks Baco with the tip. And the Kindred Vikings have won their second state championship in program history. A miss by Osi, a tip by Baco at the horn, and the Vikings are the champs in State A boys basketball. 59-58, overcoming a 22-point deficit. The Kindred Vikings, Carson Osi with the embrace from his assistant coaches. The Viking faithful has stormed the court. I do not believe what just happened here inside the event center. The Vikings come all the way back down by 22 and win it in March. And Brad Whale with a big hug to Jake Starsvik here as the Vikings are the champs of the A. The sophomore sensation Brooks Baco with a tip back, and Kindred has won it here inside the Bismarck Event Center. Your heart aches for the Devils Lake Firebirds, while for the Kindred Vikings, a sense of jubilation and relief from a season ago in which they lost this very game in the Fargodome to the very same Devils Lake Firebirds. As we get to the all-tournament team selection, the player awards, that and more, but let's get to our Agassi Feature Precision Egg Play of the contest, and simply put, it's the Brooks Baco putback here that won him the game. Brooks Baco with the putback is our Agassi Feature Precision Egg Play of the contest. Planter Operator Clinic dates are set for March the 25th. Expanded sessions will include monitor systems, diagnostic training for V-Drive, Delta Force, and Speed 2. There's going to be afternoon and morning session. Make sure you go to planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. Our Agassi Precision Egg Play of the game as a Brooks Baco tip back to win it here for the Kindred Vikings. From there, our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection is this. Go to halsteadtel.com. That again is halsteadtel.com. For the Kindred Vikings, the post-game connection, simply put, is the comeback here, trailing it by 22 points at one particular point. You got the dunk by Peraza to finish the first half. How large is that play with that dunk right before the half? That's a difference of 2 points that allowed the miss by Osi and the tip by Baco to win this championship. The Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection is the dunk by Peraza, and then the steady eddies of the Vikings, Baco, Osi, Starsvik, alongside with Peraza, all finish in double digits. Go to halsteadtel.com. That again is halsteadtel.com. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll go through some of the final numbers. That is next.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Minnesota and North Dakota farmers are dealing with real yield-robbing challenges: tight, heavy soils, light, sandy soils, high pH soils, cool ground temps at planting. We have tools to address these challenges: liquid products, easy to use, and made in the U.S. Apply in furrow or with your pre-plant spray application. Call today to tackle your yield-dragging soil challenges this growing season.
As we get to the Senior Athlete of the Year here in the state of North Dakota. From Devils Lake, it'll be Parker Brodina. For the Devils Lake Firebirds is the Senior Athlete of the Year here for Devils Lake. Final numbers: Kindred shoots 51% from the floor. They hit 5 threes. They go 6 of 13 from the line. Devils Lake shoots 50% from the floor. They go 9 of 21 from 3 and 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Kindred with 27 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 turnovers. Devils Lake with 21 rebounds, 13 assists, and 7 turnovers. As we get to the Coach of the Year here in North Dakota and State A. This is selected by the coaches, will be Brad Whale. Brad Whale is your Coach of the Year here in State A boys basketball. As they go over the all-tournament team here. Mason Palmer from the Devils Lake Firebirds. Also from Devils Lake is Parker Brodina. Joel Nelson. You have Colton Feller from DLB. Also Wyatt Weston here from Shiloh Christian. Caden England. Brooks Bacco from the Kindred Vikings. Jake Starcevic. Presley Peraza. And Carson Ossie here from the Kindred Vikings. Braylon Sherrado from the Beulah Miners. Gavin Croxton here from the Thompson Tommies. So Mason Palmer, Parker Brodina, Joel Nelson from Devils Lake, Brooks Bacco, Jake Starcevic, Presley Peraza, and Carson Ossie from Kindred. Colton Feller from DLB, Wyatt Weston, Caden England from Shiloh, Braylon Sherrado from Beulah, and Gavin Krogstad here from the Thompson Tommies is your all-tournament team, and we'll get to the tournament MVP. And the tournament MVP, Carson Ossie, here's your tournament MVP. Ossie is your MVP here of the tournament. Rolled his ankle. First game came back with 17 points. Yesterday, 17 points. Today as well for Carson Ossie. And the Kindred Vikings and the future UND basketball commit gets on the podium here, so to speak, with another tip of the cap. Individual numbers, Kindred led by Carson Ossie with 17. The 13 points for Jake Starcevic on 6 of 11 shooting. Brooks Bacco with 12 points. 10 on Presley Peraza. Parker Brodina with 12 points for the Devils Lake Firebirds. 7 rebounds, 18 points for Oliver Worth. 11 points by Joel Nelson. Mason Palmer had 9. 6 for Max Palmer, 2 for Trayson Beck. Devils Lake Firebirds with 10 points in the third quarter, 6 in the fourth. Kindred with 19 in the third and 18 in quarter number 4. That again is a look at some of the final numbers here in this one as they go through the final awards and the emotions of both of these teams. As you will see the seniors here for Devils Lake and their last time representing the Firebirds of Gavin Wolf, Parker Brodina, Joel Nelson, Foston Olson, Oliver Worth, Du Bois, Marquise, and alongside a Trayson Beck here for the Firebirds with Hunter Remick for Devils Lake. While for the Kindred Vikings, their seniors go out on top with Carson Ossie, Jake Starsvik, Presley Peraza, Isaac Spellhaug, Kylan Swenson. Here are the state champs for the Kindred Vikings. We will continue with our post-game coverage as they will take the individual accolades. Tears of emotion on both sides, one for Devils Lake and the defeats, the other the pure emotion of a win here for the Kindred Vikings. And a few years ago in Minot, the Kindred Vikings had a pool party at the Grand in Minot, and Brad Will, let's just say this way, that suit got wet. We'll see if that happens part number 2 tonight here in Ramada for the post-game celebration here for the Kindred Vikings. But Kindred wins their second state championship again in program history with the putback as they continue here in this one. We're going to take a quick break, and we come back after this. We will try to get to some of the post-game interviews as best as we can after the team awards. From there, then we'll put a bow on this state tournament one more time. Taking third place is Shiloh Christian. Taking fifth, the Lax Burlington, and seventh, the Wahpeton Huskies. And the second state championship in program history here for Kindred. The fourth time in 5 years they've been to state. They won it in 2021, and they've won it here now inside the Bismarck Event Center. The Kindred Vikings are your champs of the State A.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are working together. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
As we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com again, some of the finals in this one. One more time, the all-tournament team from the Kindred Vikings, Brooks Bacco, Jake Starsvik, Presley Peraza, Carson Ossie are the tournament MVPs. Mason Palmer, Parker Brodina, Joel Nelson are the all-tournament team. Ossie is the MVP. Bacco, Starsvik, Peraza, Ossie on the all-tournament team with Carson Ossie as the tournament MVP. Mason Palmer, Parker Brodina, and alongside with Joel Nelson, also from Devils Lake on the all-tournament team. Colton Feller from Delax Burlington, Wyatt Weston from Shiloh. You had Caden England from Shiloh. Also from there you had Braylon Chirado from the Beulah Miners and Gavin Krogstad from the Thompson Tommies as they continue here on YourLiveEvent.com with some of the team photos with what they will have here for Kindred. And then after that, we will get to some of the post-game coverage here inside the Bismarck Event Center. What a game. And the way this particular half was just a back and forth contest half. It was 42-22, and the Kindred Vikings will go on to win again 59-58. 16 points for the Devils Lake Firebirds in the second half, while it was 37 for the Kindred Vikings. The old story of a tale of two halves is very much the truth, as Kindred is your 59-58. Again, winners here of the State A Boys Basketball Tournament as they're getting their state championship plaques, trophies, and the Vikings in football came up short to Velva Drake Edamus Garrison, but in basketball, they come up on the winner's edge of things with the championship here in this one, 59-58 in a state basketball title as they've won their seconds moving forward. And how about a way to come away with a championship tip after a great look? OC with the three-pointer, rattled in and out. Baco with about a second left, able to get the putback before the horn. And the Kindred Vikings are the champs here of the State A Boys Basketball Tournament here inside the Bismarck Event Center. They finished 25-1 on the season. Their lone loss to the Moorhead Spuds. Devils Lake will finish the year 24-2 with both of their losses coming at the hands of these Kindred Vikings. First in Kindred, and alongside another one here today inside the Bismarck Event Center. One more Viking student section comes out, and now it's a complete mob scene here inside the Bismarck Event Center as they are coming out here to celebrate with their respective teammates, their classmates. The parents are going to hit the floor for the first time and embrace their sons, their grandsons, their nephews, their friends as well. As we're going to take a quick break, and we'll hear from some of the post-game accolades that is next.
The Kindred Viking Boosters support healthy, active, competitive high school athletes. Viking athletes. Ready, focused, come celebrate their achievements. You're invited to Viking Pride. Save the date, buy your tickets, or reserve a table. Get excited for April 5th. Join friends at a new location, the Avalon Event Center. Viking Pride 2025. A feast, fun games, and a night to celebrate. They are why we booster.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
As we come back here, our interview is brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bake. Joining us is Jake Starsvik. And Jake, we were off air showing you the last couple shots in just the last 6.1 seconds. Just take us through, first things first, the last couple of seconds. When you got inside the paint, the foul comes, you're going to the free throw line, you hit the first. Dustin Brodina calls a timeout to ice, but also maybe a set up an offensive play for Devils Lake if you make the free throw.
Right.
Just take us through the last 6.1 seconds then.
Yeah, so first of all, I blew my layup right away, and then I got the O board and hoisted one up, and they were all over me, so I got the foul call. And everyone knows I'm a 50% free throw shooter. I go to the line, I'm making at least one every time. So go to the line, make first, timeout, miss the second, offensive rebound. Good look by OC. He had a great look, a little bit off, and then Superman Brooks comes flying through the air and tips it in for the game winner. It's ridiculous, just crazy.
What does it mean for this team down 20 again at the half? You got the Peraza dunk to go into the half, which all of a sudden now comes even larger to win it by one. But what were the emotions like? What was the talk like at halftime? Just to know that you had to find a way to chip away, and you did. Got it to 11 to begin the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden you really put the pressure on in the fourth.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. It might sound cliche, but we were cool, calm, and collected in there. Like there wasn't a whole lot of yelling, wasn't a whole lot of screaming. Everyone had a feel. I talked to some of the guys already. They're like, hey, we got this. It's a large mountain to climb, but we got the guys to do it, and we did it, and finished business, like one of the other reporters said. It's pretty cool.
What does it mean to win the state championship in the fashion and how you won it?
Yeah, obviously my family and my grandparents especially probably like want a little less stress during the game. They always tell me that, but I know that they're just happy we got the win. I'm ecstatic that we got the win, and this community is probably very, very excited that we got the win. Love this community, too.
Final thing to do this as a senior with the fellow seniors here. I know second year that you're with Kindred, Jake, but what does it mean just to go out on top here in basketball?
Yeah, I've played AU with a couple of these guys. I've known them for a while now, and just great guys, hardworking guys, and love them to death. I love this team. I love this community. It's such a great place to be, and I'm just happy and fortunate that I'm here.
Hey, Jake, congratulations on the win. We'll let you go celebrate.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. That, again, is Jake Starsvik with the Kindred Vikings. Join us here on YourLiveEvent.com as we'll go from Jake to the younger brother, Luke. Luke, it was a gutty win, simply put. You never want to, dig yourself a 20-point, halftime deficit. But what did you see from this team coming out of the locker room that said, you know what, we still got a chance?
in the locker room, we were talking. We got to have fire, man. I mean, we're far off right now, and I mean, we got to come out and stop, score, possession by possession. You can't get 20 points back just like that. So we came out and we just showed some heart, and I mean, kind of ridiculous. I mean, it was crazy, man.
Just take us through the last 6 seconds in your advantage point, the last 6.1. Just take us through where you were on the floor, what's going through your mind. You're seeing the free throw go up. You see OC shooting. You see Baco with the tip back. Just take us through your mindset.
So I'm down low. I'm one of the 2 down low, obviously, and me and Presley were racing it. End of the year, I don't care. I'll give it away. We go one side, the other person goes the other side, bounces right to him, kicks it out. OC. I thought I was going in, didn't. Brooks is right there, frickin' puts it right in. I mean, man, it was a blur, and then running after Brooks and holding him up. I mean, I'll never forget that.
Is this one of the craziest games that you've been a part of at any level in the way
Absolutely.
that this game kind of came through, Luke, for you?
Absolutely. I mean, being down that much and just being like, holy crap, like we just got punched in the mouth, and state championship, like everybody's watching, and come out and have the heart that we did, come back, win it like that too. It's crazy.
How did this team find a way to win 3 games in Bismarck this weekend?
A lot of grit, a lot of being able to keep a good schedule, like eat the right food, stuff like that, and just be with each other, and I don't know, just discipline. That'd be the word, like being on a strict schedule and always, coming out with a fire and playing each team with respect, because all these teams, none of them are scrubs, man. They're all good teams. So we come out. Vila was good, Thompson was good, and Devils Lake was good. So we come out and we just gotta give them all respect and play hard.
Final thing, what does it mean to do this with your brother?
Everything. I mean, growing up with him, playing one-on-one in the shop, in the yard. I mean, some of those are just like moments I'll never forget. And now to this one to top it off, playing basketball and any sport together. I mean, it's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm so lucky.
Hey, Luke, congratulations. We'll let you go celebrate.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That again, Luke Starcevic here with us from the Kindred Vikings as they found a way to win a state championship today on yourliveevent.com, as they found a way to get the job done here as we continue, as this one just went right down to the very wire, as we'll continue to find some other Kindred Vikings to come out here and find a way to grab a headset in this one as it went right down to the wire. As joining us now is Carson Ossie, the tournament MVP here for the Kindred Vikings. Carson, crazy how Thursday, Friday, and Saturday becomes full circle. We talked about the ups and downs of a season. You had the ups and downs just this weekend here in Bismarck, playing through a little bit of an injury as well. But just take us through, what does it mean for this team to find a way to gut one out in the fashion of how you gutted one out, down by 20 at the half?
Oh, it means everything to us. It means everything to us, the community. I mean, going to the locker room down 20, I mean, it's hard to keep guys motivated, hard to keep, coming back, playing. But that just speaks to the manner of this team. We're not going to quit. We're not going to give up. And it's just a real feeling right now. I mean, these 5 seniors, been playing with them since I was a 3rd grader. I've been playing with Jake all the way through middle school, AAU, high school these last couple years. And it's just a crazy feeling right now.
Take us through the 6.1 seconds. I've asked Luke, I've asked Jake. I said, take us through it, yourself included. What's going through your mind when Jake gets fouled, hits the first, timeout by Devils Lake? Take us through the next 6.1 after that.
Oh, Jake's at the line. I have full confidence that he's going to make both, but looking back at it now, I'm glad he missed the second one. Presley, offensive rebound, that kid. Hustle's offensive rebound, tipped it out to me. Missed a shot, and Brooks Baco, that kid, man, bailed me out again. Can't say enough about him, how much he does for this team, and I'm going to miss playing with that guy.
When you saw Brooks get the tip back, the horn comes off, and the rush of the student section on the court, does it still feel real to you, Carson?
Right now, it's just trying to set in. It doesn't feel real. It just happened, but I'm sure it'll set in a little bit here, but it's just adrenaline right now, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel real, man.
Take us through your particular journey here, Carson. I know you weren't happy offensively maybe with your performance on Thursday, but you did defense, you got rebounds, found a way to get 17 last night, the same thing here today. Just take us through, what does it mean these 3 games to be the tournament MVP in the fashion of how you did it as well here inside the event center?
It all goes to my teammates. I mean, they picked me up, go down on the first game, sprain my ankle. They're picking me up, saying, play through it, giving me confidence that I can. And it's all props to them. None of this is possible without them. Tournament MVPs, none of that matters right now. It's all on the team.
Final thing for me before we let you go enjoy this one. I know it's still fresh. Like you said, you're still trying to, take it all in. But what allowed this team throughout the course of this season to find a way and be state champs for the 2nd time in program history?
Perseverance and grit. I mean, we never gave up. It would have been really easy to go in that locker room down 20 and just be like, it's over. So I mean, we came out, battled. I think they scored 16 points in the second half. In the second half, we got back to our roots, which is defense. Only allowed 16 points, so that was huge for us.
Hey, Carson, congratulations on the win. We'll see if he can get Brad Whale in the pool like he did a couple years ago.
He's going in the pool. We're throwing him in that pool.
I like it. Congratulations, Carson.
Thank you.
That again, Carson Ossie with us here on YourLiveEvent.com as they found a way to come away as state champions here in this one. As that interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Share their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. That again is dhb.bank as the Kindred Vikings found a way to pick up the 1-point victory here in this particular championship. As we'll continue to talk with a couple of more players that make their way through. We'll hear from Brad Well before we bid adieu as well as we continue here on this one on YourLiveEvent.com as the Kindred Vikings pick up the 1-point victory again, 59-58 after that Brooks Bacco putback on the way to win the state championship and again improved to 25-1 on the season. What was a surreal performance here for the Kindred Vikings. Again, down 23 points, found different ways to win as they just continue to grind some of these particulars out and come away as a state champ in the state of North Dakota. You're seeing the hand pumps, the fist pumps, the hugs, and everything else that you can imagine. They'll have a chance to tear down the nets here, and, well, you just say it's March at particular times, and they found a way here to win a state championship here inside the Bismarck Event Center as they come away with the state title here in this one as the Kindred Vikings again win it 59-58 over the Devils Lake Firebirds. We'll quickly recap what happened earlier. 7th place, the Wahpeton Huskies with the 65-45 victory over the Killdeer Cowboys. Consolation goes to Des Lacs Burlington 60-48 over the Beulah Miners. 3rd place goes to Shiloh Christian, 78-64 against the Thompson Tommies. And then the championship one more time goes to the Kindred Vikings, 59-58 here in this contest. And as they've done all season, they have 4 players that average double digits, and all 4 of them finished with double digits here in this game. Brooks Bacco with 12 points, Carson Ossie with 17, Jake Starcevic with 13, and Presley Peraza would finish with 10 points here in this contest. Brooks with 12 points, 6 rebounds. You had 3 boards for Ossie, 8 points for Presley Peraza, nearly had a double-double in this particular performance. For the Devils Lake Firebirds, 18 points here for the Oliver Worth, 4 rebounds. Oliver went 7 of 8 shooting from the floor, had 3 made 3-pointers. 12 points then for Parker Brodina. Joel Nelson had 11 points, and Brodina 12 points and 7 rebounds here in the particular championship as well. Devils Lake 24-18. Their largest lead was 26 at 42-16, and they came away with the state championship here in this one as they'll find a way to pick up the championship here in this particular contest as they found a way to get the job done. And we'll still try to hear from Brooks Bacco and alongside the head coach as well with the head coach in Brad Well on our post-game show as they're just continuing to go down media row here. 59-58, Kindred picked up the victory here in this championship. As we're going to quickly see if we can get Brad Whale to come on down one more time as Brad will put the headsets on here and gets the game ball from Dave Zittelman as well as they found a way to win the state championship as they'll cut down the nets in a moment. And Brad, first things first, congratulations on the perseverance. I just asked Carson, by the way, you're getting Brad Whale in the pool, and he goes, oh, yeah, we're getting Brad a little wet here on this one, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Just what was the message? I know the first half, everything that could go wrong probably felt like it did go wrong. They hit 8 threes. They hit 6 of them in the second quarter. You're down 26 at one point in the game, down by 20 going into the half. Just what was the message to this group to continue to fight and find a way to get to where you are as state champs here for the second time, Brad?
Well, our program and these kids have way too much pride to go out like that. We told them exactly what we felt we needed to do, win each possession, and we wanted to get it to about 10 points going into the fourth quarter. Big momentum swing when Brooks hit that 3 at the end of the third. Got it to 11, and then we felt like we definitely had a shot to beat them.
Brad, how does this game, just in all the games you've been part of, how do you even put this one in terms of ranking with a team to come? Because this is magical, right? This is Hollywood script. You're down 20 at the half. Nothing's working. You're finding a way against a team that beat you last year. That gave you your only loss last season. And you found a way with 6.1 seconds to have Jake at the line, OC had a great look, rimmed in and out, but Brooks Bacco comes in with the tip at the buzzer. Where can you even put this one in terms of just how this was able to win a state championship in the fashion of how you're able to do it?
I don't know if I've ever been part of a game like this, being down 26, especially in a moment like this, in a really, really big game. I just looked up at the clock when Bacco was over the top of the rim, putting it in the basket. I'm like, there's 0.1 seconds left. This game is over. We're state champions.
Take us through that emotion when all of a sudden you know the storming of the high school student section's coming out, to know that you've won the state championship, to see a guy like Carson Ossie, who had his own journey for 72 hours here, be named tournament MVP, 4 guys as all-tournament team. Just what did you kind of, does it even feel real yet, Brad, to you, with everything that's happened in the last half hour?
I don't think it really feels real right now. I'm speechless. I do know that we got a group of seniors that have meant so much to this program and have bought into what the coaching staff expected out of them, and their leadership really showed tonight, especially in the second half. And they're extremely good role models for our underclassmen, so I'm so proud of these guys.
Hey, Brad, final thing, and I'm going to get you for another interview on the Coaches Show this coming week to recap it, so I'll ask one last question. What allowed this team to get here with the resolve, the pressure on, everything that could go wrong, did go wrong, so to speak, down by 26 in that first half, to not find a way, but to find a way in the second half to get it to 11, to find a way to come back, do what they needed to do? What's a word or two that best describes this year's team and the resilience and finishing with a 25-1 record on the season?
Well, just a relentless group of kids, and they persevered through a lot of things. Even tonight, Jake Starcevic wasn't 100%. They think he got food poisoning. He had IV fluid. About 2 hours before the game, Carson Ossie sprains his ankle. Game 1, was hobbling into the Civic Center last night. Didn't know if he was going to go. So they're just a group of kids that love to play the game, and they have a lot of pride in Kindred, in the community, and the program.
Hey, Brad, thanks so much. We'll talk with you down the line.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That again, Brad Whale, the head coach for the Kindred Vikings, find a way to win a state championship. As we'll do one more interview and put a bow on this one, is Brooks Bacco. Now we'll put on the headset here. Brooks, I will ask you this. Have you seen the putback yet? Have you seen a replay of it?
Yeah, I saw a clip.
Okay, so now that you saw it, what kind of goes through your mind after you saw it, and then in the moment in which you did it? Just kind of what's going through your mind when you saw it?
Well, in the moment, I don't know. I just started running around screaming. I looked up the clock to make sure it was all zeros, and just kind of blacked out for a bit and ended up on the other side of the court. And that's pretty much what it looked like on the video too.
The last 6.1 seconds when Jake gets fouled, they call a timeout. What's kind of going through your mind with down by 1? Jake gets to the free throw line. Just take us through the last 6.1.
Yeah, I mean, we all thought Jake was going to make it, but sometimes things don't happen that way. Presley with the biggest board probably of all of them, and then he kicks it out to Carson, and I thought it was money from there, but bounced perfectly to me, and just backyard volleyball pretty much.
Second half, what changed? I mean, it was a tale of two halves. Devils Lake can't miss. In the first half, it feels like. Second half, you found a way to work. You cut it to 14, you cut it to 11, you got it to single digits. Just what allowed this particular team to come back in the second half?
Pretty much just matching physicality. None of us gave up. We all just played as hard as we could. And this is our last game. For some of us, it's the last game of their careers too. So just really sticking together, trusting each other, and having fun.
Hey, Brooks, you're going to be cutting down the nets. I'll get 2 questions for you. What does this one mean to win a state championship this season with this group of players?
Means everything. I'm so much more proud for the seniors that they get to end it this way. The greatest leaders that I've ever been in contact with. Some of the best people that I know as well.
You had your teammate, tournament MVP, your coach's MVP. What can you say about those two?
So proud of them. I love them both. Carson, just I can't even really describe him. Just such a good guy. Could shoot the crap out of the ball. And then Coach Will. I mean, I've never met anyone that takes as much pride in coaching as him. Like he's always watching film, and Yeah, I love Coach Will.
Hey, Brooks, we'll let you go enjoy it and see if you can get Brad Whale in the pool again tonight like you guys did a couple years ago.
I can guarantee you we will.
And then there you go. Brooks Baco joined us here on the post-game shows. They found a way to get this one job. This interview is, again, brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. So with the win, the Kindred Vikings win their second state championship in program history, the first in Division A. They won against Edge Lake Cullman Montpelier 40-34 back in 2021, and the players have said Brad Whale's going in the pool like he did back in 2021, and we expect that to happen this coming up after this one. So they're cutting down the nets officially here. The Kindred Vikings are your champs in State A boys basketball, and for Coach Brodina and the Devils Lake Firebirds, their 2 losses all season comes at the hands of the Kindred Vikings as they finish 24-2. Thanks so much for tuning into our broadcast. Congratulations to both teams on a phenomenal season. The Vikings are the champs of State A. Thank you so much for tuning in on behalf of our friends at Halstead Telephone Company, on behalf of what our friends with our sponsorship here inside the Bismarck Event Center throughout the week on yourliveevent.com. Thank them for everything, and thank you for tuning into our broadcast. Go to yourliveevent.com for more coverage coming up in the spring and the summer before we put a close on the 2024-25 school year. The Vikings are the champs of State A.